Stop studying the wrong way. No, seriously, you are wasting your time. Picture this, it is 11 p.m. You've been staring at your textbook for hours, highlighting everything like it is a coloring book. You feel productive, but deep down, you know it is not sticking. The next day, you blank out in the exams. Does that sound familiar to you? You are not alone. Have you spent 6 hours revising only to get up and not remember anything? That is not a you problem. That is a strategy problem. But today, we are fixing that. By the end of this video, you will learn how to study smarter, remember faster, and finally break the cycle of forgetting. Let's go. Hey guys, I'm Jabir, a 4th-year medical student, and this channel is all about studying smarter and not harder. I've been that student who worked super hard but got average results. Then I changed how I studied and everything changed accordingly. Now I'm sharing the same science-backed techniques that got me to the top of my class with you for free. If you can relate with my story, then hit the like button, subscribe, and let's dive right into the video. The first one is what I call the invisible traps most students fall into. Let's rewind. First semester of med school, I was confident. I had highlighters, color-coded notes, and strict all-nighter routine. But then the grades dropped and fast, like I was devastated. Was I not smart enough? Or was medicine just too hard? Turns out I was studying wrong. Here are the 3 invisible traps I fell into, and you probably are too. The first one is highlighting everything. It feels productive, right? Like you are painting knowledge into your brain. But science says otherwise. Highlighting tricks your brain into thinking you've learned something when all you've done is recognize words. The second trap is reading news over and over, and this one is sneaky. You feel familiar with the content, but familiarity is not the same as understanding. It is like seeing someone's face often and thinking you know them until you talk to them and you have nothing to say. The third trap is, you guess it right, cramming. It's like pouring water into a sponge that can't hold it. You absorb fast, then you lose it even faster. That is not learning, that is panic absorption. These methods don't just waste your time, they burn you out and damage your confidence. Okay, why does your brain forget and what do you do about it? Let's talk science. Your brain is like an efficiency machine. If it thinks you don't need certain information, it deletes it. It is not punishing you, it is optimizing. So when you cram, reread, or passively highlight, your brain says, this must not be important. But if you use the information, struggle with it, and connect it to what you already know, your brain goes, this is important and I should probably keep it. Learning isn't about memorization, it is about meaning. Personally, I prefer patterns to memorization. I have witnessed firsthand how memorization can fail, but patterns never fail. So let's explore a new world of techniques, not just the usual ones that you've heard 1,000 times. We are going deep. These are the transformational study techniques you've probably never tried. The first of them is a technique called elaboration, the why behind the what. Ask yourself, why every piece of information exists? Why is this concept important? Why does the body do this? Why does the body do that? Why does this work? Elaboration transforms flat facts into a web of meaning. Instead of the liver detoxifies, ask, why the liver? What toxins and what happens if it fails? The second technique is interleaving. Most students study one subject in isolation. Biology in the morning, physics at night, but studies shows that mixing them, which is called interleaving, improves retention, like working out different muscles in the gym. Switching the 2 topics forces your brain to adapt and make better connections. The exams you take isn't going to be purely one topic or one subject. And if you are a fan of learning separately, this creates partitions in your brain and your brain won't even recognize patterns between concepts. Coming right up is the technique I call dual coding. Here, you mix words with the visuals. Your brain loves images. Don't just write notes, draw them. Mind maps, flowcharts, diagrams, even stick figures. When you learn something complex, sketch it down. Now your brain has 2 ways to retrieve that same information, visual and verbal. The 4th technique is the mental model building. Think of everything you learn as part of a giant map, a system. Build a model in your mind. If you are studying the heart, don't just memorize valves, understand blood flow like a story. When your brain sees connections, it retains. When I was coming up with this very technique that I'm about to share with you, I didn't know how to name it, so I decided to choose something fancy. Ladies and gentlemen, our 5th technique is called the desirable difficulty. Struggle is a sign of learning. If it feels too easy, you're not learning. Add friction to your studying. Quiz yourself with questions that challenge you. Mixing hard problems. The more effortful the recall, the stronger the memory. Technique number 6 is storytelling and emotional encode. Do you really want to remember something? Turn it into a story. We are wired for narrative. Make ATP production in mitochondria a crime thriller. Turn osmosis into a heist movie. Add emotions, conflict, characters. Your memory will thank you. The 7th technique is about anchoring your environment. Study in the same place. Use the same pen. Play the same instrumental playlist. Your brain begins to associate these cues with focus and learning. Just like athletes have game day rituals, build yours for studying. Now let's talk about the routines that build long-term steady success. Great techniques are useless if you don't use them. So how do we make it stick? Number 1, use a morning preview ritual. Each morning, glance at the topics you tackle. Ask one question. What do I want to understand today? Number 2, the evening brain dump. Every night, grab a blank page and dump everything you remember from your studies. This strengthens recall and reveals gaps in your understanding. Number 3, practice weekly review sessions. Schedule 1 to 2 hours every weekend just to go back and review old content. Use it for elaboration, storytelling, drawing diagrams, whatever strengthens those connections. Number 4, gamify your progress. Set challenges. Can I teach this concept in under 60 seconds? Reward yourself if you do so. Compete with your past self. When studying becomes a game, motivation skyrockets. Let's talk about mindset changes that make all the difference. Look, I get it. Studying can feel like a battle. But the real change happens not just with techniques, but with belief. You don't need to study 10 hours a day. You don't need to memorize every word in a textbook. You just need to learn how to learn. Your brain is incredible. With the right method, even the most complex topics become manageable. And the truth is that you are capable of more than what you think. I used to doubt myself too. Now I enjoy studying because I know how to make it work for me, and so can you. Your next step, here's your challenge. Pick one study method from today and test it for a week. Just one. You can come back later and tackle the others. Then what happens? Comment below which one are you going to try first. Like this video if it opens your eyes. Subscribe if you want deeper science-backed strategies every week. And remember, it is not about studying more, it is about studying better. I'm Jabir and I am that guy. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.